Go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Divine Brothers podcast. And man, Chase with me, we're just going off about sports. It's odd because here in my late life, I'm starting to kind of get into the ESPN model late, even though ESPN is dead. Nobody's fucking watching anything anymore. But you know what? I like knowing a little bit about every sport. I know a little bit about
Mm.
golf, like now it's the British Open. I know a little bit about like this LeBron drama about trades. I know, hey, this QB is supposedly the best one. This one's supposedly shit. I got just enough to have conversations with people. But unfortunately, I live in a world where nobody watches sports. So I'm not having any conversations. Maybe I'm just having conversations with myself, but I'm liking it, man. I like a little bit of lighthearted sports in my life. I think it's making me less serious, and I'm grateful for it.
Well,
What do you
for
say?
that point, yes, it lighthearted, keep life a little simpler. I have learned to appreciate the sports that don't change, like football, soccer, technically baseball. Like I don't like watching them, but I respect that they don't change. Basketball's not the same, football's not the same. It's pussified. So, and nowadays you don't watch sports, you watch the highlights of sports. Like you talk
Yeah,
about the drama outside of the sport, you never watch the match, you just watch the highlights. So
which is a shame
that's
because I think I would. I think I would watch like a full game.
no,
Would you?
no, no, absolutely not. Sports are dead to me. Nothing is entertaining anymore. It's not stimulating. It's,
Oh man,
dude,
such a grumpy old man.
you pay them too much. Nobody fucking cares. There's too many games. Like, oh, we won. Who gives a fuck? Oh, we're lost. My ankle hurts. I don't want to play. I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? I don't. There's no passion, man.
Tell me this. Like, all right, just take the now out of it. What sports did you at one time enjoy watching? Like you enjoyed watching a game.
Pinnacle of all sports was 19. Well, I was born in the 80s, but 1990s football was violent, and it was a battle
Really?
between offense and
Usually
defense.
basketball. Okay, so tell me what's the difference in the game back then and the game today?
You could hit, you could lead with your helmet, you could hand check, you could grab. Like they allowed defense to play defense. Like it was hard to score. It was hard to
Yeah.
catch a ball. And funny thing, not too long ago, uh, YouTube randomly gave me like a 1974 NBA All-Star game, which these guys were going at it. Like this
Really?
was, yeah, it was like well, fuck it, it was awesome. It was like the best. They were pushing each other, fighting. It came down to the
Nice.
wire. I was like, man, I'd pay to see this.
Yeah.
I think the model is back when these guys were making 5, 6, 7 million, like the top guys. That's still a ton of money.
Especially back then. Yeah.
That's reasonable.
Yeah.
That's enough money to play hard. And the lower guys are, around seven, 800,000, 1 million. That's plenty of money to play hard, but you still have to try. Nowadays, it's like I signed a $150 million contract for 5 years. Like, I don't give a fuck about this game. I
Oh
don't.
man. It's so bad, like especially when you see the load management where the guys, yeah, I'm sitting out this game. I don't need to, but I just I
What
gotta
do you
really,
what do you think of this LeBron? Like, just pick a team. I think
dude.
he's loving the attention. Like, I think he's
That's
upset that the
exactly
World
what it
Cup,
is.
he's gonna wait till after the World Cup so he can get all the fucking attention when he makes his
Yes.
decision. He's a
That
whore.
Ace,
Attention
I
whore.
didn't even think about that. You're totally right. That is exactly what's going on. He's waiting till after the World Cup. And guess what? When he does, it'll be the number one story on all the networks. Everybody will be talking about it. And he's a fucking old man. Dude, let me just tell you something. There's one, people go back and forth on the Jordan LeBron debate, but here's the thing Jordan has more rings, and I think he's aware of that. And he wants to make sure he will do anything he can to get that next ring.
No, it doesn't
Man,
even matter. He still have less ranks. There's one that Jordan's a man and LeBron's a fucking he's a attention whore. I mean, he
yeah.
loves this. Talk about me. Talk about me. Ask me questions. It's just everything's choreographed. Everything about his whole career is choreographed, and it makes me nauseous. Like Dean,
Yeah.
as if you were an NBA superstar, if you could choose to be mysterious or like fuck off, leave me alone, treat the media like shit, or would you have everything choreographed to make you look like just a great guy? Which would you
I
want?
want to go the Barkley route.
Yes. Why would you ever want to be the saint? Saint?
Be a villain, that's way more fun.
Yeah, just a shit talker. I don't understand. I
Yeah.
hate him. I really do hate him. He's a
It
horrible.
it is a shame. It is a shame because like there's so many other interesting stories out there. Like so I don't like baseball. I don't like baseball at
No,
all.
no, I don't
You
either.
know,
It's
I've
awful.
never been into it. But did you know, like right now, possibly the greatest baseball player ever is like happening right now? Do you know who Shohei Ohtani is or whatever?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
This dude is like pitching and hitting at the same time at the highest. Like apparently he's going to be the greatest of all time. I had no fucking idea because I don't know. I don't pay attention to this shit. It doesn't matter. But the only thing I hear about is he going to Miami? Is he going to Cleveland? Is he going to Golden State?
Well, it's one of those sports, baseball is it's yeah, athletic, yeah, but it's a skill. And the
Yeah,
Japanese have honed that art. And this guy is the
cool.
biggest, smartest Japanese guy. And he's just better.
Yeah.
They need
It's
another
cool.
league.
I like it.
Yeah,
You know.
he's super humble. He's fucking awesome. He's amazing, man.
Another
He's
thing, they had the home run derby, right? So like
Mhm.
it's their all-star game or whatever, but they did it in Philly. And like one thing I like, listen, Philly's just
It's an
that
awful
is a
place.
shit stain
Yeah.
on the American continent. But they embraced the identity. They embraced it. They were showing clips from this game, and just everyone who wasn't on a Phillies team, boo, boo, like they were just
So
vicious
my favorite
animals. Like it was great. I love that they embraced the identity.
well, that is good. There's one of another if you get bored, it's like 1980s Philadelphia game and it's Christmas and Santa Claus comes out to like raise money for kids and they're throwing shit and booing him.
Dude, that's who you are. That's your city. That's It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, man. That's the attitude. You got to embrace your identity as a people, you
What
know.
can I ask you? So what's the last thing that really made did you see something that's really made you laugh hard lately? Like
Yeah,
anything?
yesterday, this was one of those I didn't expect it to make me laugh, and it was weird because Wu Yin didn't laugh at all, but I couldn't stop laughing. Like we were walking poo poo, and we were gonna put him up on our bike. We are gonna take him for a ride,
Yeah.
or whatever. And like a little old woman was like just walking by, like she was kind of like she was making a corner, and she saw poo poo and didn't know what the fuck he was. Like she freaked out. It was a real scream, like a primal, totally
Of
fear,
a
like,
miniature
oh
French
my
bulldog?
God. I think she thought it was a rat, or something like a gigantic rat. And it was the most horrifying scream. It was so real. It was like, like a real scream. And I laughed I couldn't stop laughing. I could not believe that she really did think her life was in danger from poo poo.
Why did you think Wu Yin didn't laugh?
I think William was just thought she was such an idiot.
Oh,
Like he was just like,
just
what the fuck is wrong with
I
this
can't
bitch?
even dignify a laugh at you. You're below me. Yeah.
I was laughing hard. It was a real laugh. I couldn't stop. I was laughing so hard at that. So yeah, I had a genuine laugh the other day, and amazingly.
I was dying laughing in the shower this morning. I had my phone, this little prop for my phone, and I was scrolling through videos and
Yeah.
it had Ace Ventura 1.
Oh yeah.
It's just a clip where he put it together that Einhorn was a man. And he starts plunging his face. But I died laughing when he burned his clothes and was in the fetal
I saw
position in the shower.
They can't make that movie
I
today.
just like, who wrote that? That should have got some kind of Oscar. It was beautiful.
I
Really.
do wonder who wrote those movies. Like I wonder how, like, because the writing is really good, but I wonder, like, was that just all Jim Carrey going crazy? Like I don't
I
know.
don't know either. If I could change my last name, if I could, which I don't want to, but if I could pick one last name, it would be Dance. Dr.
Okay.
Dance. Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
Dance. What a name. Oh, love it. Absolutely love it, man.
Yeah. No, I hope more of like actual laughs come our way because I could use it. I feel like life is
Yes.
so serious these days that
Nobody's funny anymore. We talked about this. It's gone. You don't know how to talk to people. If you can't talk to people, you certainly can't be fucking funny. It's horrible.
right. So I wrote down on this list here. I was like, man, I'm starting to hate white people. And Chase was like, I didn't write that. I was like, well, let me explain what I mean. So like when I say white people, I mean the foreigners I work with. Okay. So there's American. There's like a few Americans, a bunch of English people, South Africans, English speaking countries, that sort of shit. And so me and William were at Starbucks the other day. Starbucks is like our little special time. We're like, we're there having coffee and chatting, having a good time. All of a sudden, all the white people show up. I didn't know this. Like they all showed up for a big meeting or whatever. And William, good for him. He immediately he's like, all right, I'm out of here. And he's like, I gotta go to the gym or whatever. Fucking like smart, Start talking to
Why do they do that? They did that in Vietnam. Like, you want to come hang out with a bunch of expat white people? I was like, No.
him.
Why?
No,
That's not
no,
appealing. I want to hang out with Vietnamese chicks. Like, this is
yeah.
stupid. Yeah.
He bailed immediately, smart. But
Smart.
anyways, here's what happens. Like we just I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll talk to these people. I know them all and stuff like that. And it's just the whole thing immediately becomes serious. Like it's either bitching about the job, bitching about politics, or bitching about, you know, England losing the World Cup. Like these are the three top. And it was just the whole thing was a downer. It was awful, and I was just like, I have to figure out what the appropriate amount of time to stay here is, and
You
what
just
an
leave. You
appropriate
just
excuse.
immediately walk out. You
Yeah,
just leave.
I stayed there for like an hour, and
It's
afterwards I
too
was like, all
long.
right, I gotta go. I gotta
You
go.
don't
And
even
dude,
say you got to go. You just walk out with your
made
head
it,
disgusted.
it just made me hate those people. There
Yeah.
was no joy. Like I'm hanging with them made me sadder. And I
And you're
just
associated. You don't want to be associated with that type of white people. It's horrible.
I don't know, man. Like
Hey,
it just Chinese people want to just have games. They just want to
yeah.
play games. That's
Well,
it.
speaking of England, that I watched the highlights, of course, of them lose their World
The
Cup
only
match.
way to watch World Cup. Yeah.
And I thought it was a great microcosm of what England has become because they were the
Yeah.
better team. They had the better athletes. They had the brothers. They had the tall white guys. And they went down and they scored and they
Yeah.
looked dominant. And then they're like, let's play defensive and safe and let's just, cut our nuts off. And they got to 85 minutes. And then Argentina just was like, fuck
I
you.
know,
We're
man.
the champs. And they
Yeah.
just fucking doubled up and whooped them. They were broken. I was like, that your country is broken. You used to rule the world. You couldn't even win a fucking game. That game was a picture of what has happened to them. The
It's broken.
dominant team, they were better, they were bigger, they were stronger, and they got passive and meek, and they got their ass beat. I was
Meek is the
happy.
word.
Meek.
Meek. Yeah. Like I tell you what, dude, I really, really lost all respect. There was not much for England. You know? Like just you could see like the possession. Like I think it was something like Argentina had possession like 75% of the time.
The coach chose to play defense. Oh, we got the lead. Let's just play like a bitch. Play like a bitch. Yeah. Yeah.
It was pathetic. It was
Yes.
pathetic. It was absolutely pathetic. Like who the fuck says go back and just what, we're only playing one side of the game, you know.
And the thing, when you look at the players, like those England players were huge. They were tall, they were big, they were
Dudes. Yeah.
noticeably bigger and faster, and they
Yeah.
just pulled them off. They're like, nope, nope, go back in the house. It's like, what are you doing? They could have
I
beat
tell
them
you
two
what
or
though.
three to nothing if they wanted to.
You got to give it to Argentina, man. They're like they're old. They're
They
old,
are.
but
That is a champion. They have
they
champion
everyone
energy.
they're like the New York Knicks. They're coming back in the last second, every time, and you got to give it to Messi. I know he didn't score the goals. He set up each one of those
Yeah.
goals perfectly,
So
like perfect.
the
He's
a,
a
lo
champ.
a long time UFC champ. His name was Kamaru Usman. He was like, when I became champ, no lie, I got about 15-20% better immediately just
Wow,
because you're the champ, because of the
interesting.
aura. And I was like, that is
Right.
what they pulled out because they were not the better team. And then all of a sudden they were leagues
Yeah.
better than fucking England. Like that last 10 minutes was impressive. They were hit it off the post, hit it off the post, goal, goal. I'm like, God damn, that could have been 5-1 if they wanted to. Jesus.
See, this is something that I don't know what happened. What happened to champions, man? Like
The LeBron model. Let me
I
choreograph my image. Let me fucking be a bit. It's just they're dead. People don't remember MJ. They don't.
it was like so this is something I learned about ancient Greece, like they had, the Olympics and stuff, but they were obsessed with the Olympics. If you were the champion of a race or wrestling or something like that, they'd make statues to you and you'd be in every city all over Greece. It was all about the champion. Because if they had the hero model, you know what I mean? Like you're basically Hero.
This is where we fucked up. We pay them too much money. We should pay them good money, a
Yeah.
couple million, but we treat them like kings. That you come in, your meal's free. Put them up in the pedestal, give them like just treat the champ like the champ instead of giving them $150 million.
I think yes, see, now that's the thing. How about this? Like the champions, they get the all-star treatment. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're like the Washington Wizards, you get like you
If
gotta scrape the bottom of the
if
barrel,
if you're bad enough, the fans are allowed to throw shit at you without consequence. That seems
Why
fair.
not? I
Yeah.
think that's great. Yes, this is a perfect model, you know?
Solving the world's
Yeah.
problems one thing at a time, man. Yeah.
I see, like I again going back to Philly, I like that. I like that.
Santa Claus running for
Yeah,
his life.
yeah, yeah. I like that. I like that. Well, why not embrace the identity? You know what I'm saying? Like, better to have like some. I don't know. Okay, so let's say you're like a top draft prospect in whatever sport, like basketball or NFL, whatever, you know, and you're not going to like an LA or a New York or something. You're going to like a Sacramento or a San Antonio or
Salt
you
Lake
know
City. Yeah.
which where would you want to go? You're not going to a big market, but you're gonna get one of those cities. Where would you want to go?
I don't want to go to Cleveland. I'll tell you that. I don't want
Oh
to
my
go.
God, the worst of them
Worst.
all,
Yeah.
man. Dude, that I feel like that place is cursed. Kurt, you want to be a brown? You call it the brown, like the shit stain? Oh my God, that's horrible.
Yeah. I went to Cleveland once for a conference and it was snowing and this taxi driver and he's like, "Why are you here?" I was like, "Oh, conference. I can't believe they have it here." He goes, "Yeah, I can't believe that either." And he was just he he bashed it. I've grown up here my whole life. It's fucking horrible. I'm like, wow. Like, wow. It was
Yeah.
we were in agreement on every. It was fucking awful, man.
Where would you go? You have the option. Like let's say you're top. Let's do an NBA. Let's say you're a top prospect, like top 10 draft pick. You know what I mean?
I would never want to go to LA or New York. This is just
Uh,
horrible place. I would go to Miami. Miami's so shallow and it's warm. I would totally do that. I would do a Salt Lake City too. That's cool too. Like
that's
you're
not
the
warm.
no, but you would be the king. Like a Dallas, you'd be the
Yeah,
king. San Antonio,
yeah,
you'd be a king. Like
sure.
I wouldn't want the fucking horrible places with the high taxes. No, no, and like horrible
Yeah.
weather. Milwaukee,
Okay.
no, no, thanks. Yeah,
What if it was
no.
someplace like Memphis?
Memphis would be fucking horrible. No,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
These cities
I
somehow they
wonder if
got
that could be an approach. They draft you and you're like, yeah, nah, like this isn't gonna work. I'm not gonna show up. You need to
be a
trade me.
free agent, man. I don't want to do this shit. I don't blame them. I don't blame them. Well, anyways, you had a interesting week, man. You're doing all kinds of Indian stuff, yeah. How was it, going around to the different tribes and seeing like what are they different or are they all kind of under the same belt or like what? How'd you
Was
feel about the different experiences?
every tribe's different and it's all
Yeah.
leadership. And I've learned very quickly that some tribes have their shit together more than others. Like, oh, you're organized, and yeah, but
Is it money?
no, it's
Oh, interesting.
I think lack of nepotism. Like some places are just like, ah, my mom, my
Um,
dad, my brother runs it. Like that is rampant in some. It's just like
sure.
he's just take care of your family. But the one I went to is running smoothly, but it was interesting. It's kind of brutal because I was like, this looks good. Let me talk to your psychologist. So we got a counselor, and the counselor was from there. He like recovered from addiction, and he worked his way up. And he's like, oh, he's so busy. He's our pride and joy. And I talked to him. He's a nice guy. I was like, hey man, I was like, you really working that hard? You seeing how many clients? 6 or 7 a day. I was like, yeah, every day. He's like, yes. I was like,
Wow.
He's like, I'm booked out for 2 months. I was like, all right,
Oh my God.
I go, do you need help? He's like, yes, please help me. And I was just like, yeah, I swear. They were running him into the ground. It's
Wow.
just like it looked good, but they had this guy. It was just like, damn, dude, you can work your ass off in one of these jobs or you can have a cake one. So it looked good,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
they were working him like a dog, man. It was a little
Hmm.
terrifying. Yeah. But
Yeah.
I did meet the governor. They had a governor of the Pueblo. And I went in his
Pueblo's
office.
big one,
No,
right?
there's many Pueblos, but this was a bigger
Oh,
one.
okay. Okay.
And he went in there and he was cool, man. He was talking to me and
Yeah.
he's like, man, he's like, you got a connection to an animal? And I was like, when I was
I,
back in
I,
this,
I know exactly the story you're gonna tell. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
in the lucid dream and I was like, yeah, man, I had an experience with the owl. And he's like, an owl. And he went up to his little whatever thing that he holds his books on, and he handed me this. It's this stone carved owl. He's got
Ah, look at that shit. Damn.
they're stone carvers, this tribe. That's what they do. This is their specialty. And he's like, yeah, I've given
Wow.
this. And he goes, this will give you wisdom and discernment. You leave it on your desk, and this will do you well. I was like, yeah. And I was like, hey man, I'm trying to text this girl, and she rarely texts me back. Is it going to help with that? He's like, No, definitely won't help with that." I was like, okay. But it was cool, man. It's like, oh, that's your animal. I got this for you. I was like, oh man,
Oh
that's
man, that was so
cool.
perfect. You had that lined up.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
fucking cool, man. So I'm kind of happy with that. He's got a little. I put him with my monkey. He's got a little aura to him, man. He's cool.
Let me tell you, I
Okay,
really
let me say
go
one
ahead.
thing
Yeah.
before I forget that this was called the Zuni tribe, and since they believe they came from the earth, like they got the myth, like we came from inner earth, we ascended, and this
Like
place,
old people, that sort
yeah,
of thing, or
yeah, well, I don't know, but their
oh,
creator is from below, and they're in the middle. This is the middle place. This is the waiting area.
sure.
We were supposed to be here until the final
Midgard.
close. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it was, and they had one of those huge fucking desert fucking rise up plateaus. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's like a flat mountain. It's a mountain, but it's flat on top.
Plateau.
No, but it's a mountain, not
Cap Rock.
Cap Rock.
Okay.
Huge one in the middle of it that's like
Yeah.
sacred, and then it's just nothing around it but the tribe. I was like, there's like caves that go underground. I'm like, this place it's got a vibe. It's got this like something came out of the ground here vibe, man. It was I don't know, it wasn't bad. Wasn't good, but it was like, damn, man, this place is it's like a little magic left. Like something, an essence was there. It was interesting. It's
Yeah.
fucking interesting. Super
I see.
isolated.
I like all these experiences because, I really am starting to believe in the synchronicity of life, that everything is kind of connected in a magical way. Like that owl, the fact that you had the owl story ready, that you had that there, you had something to connect with that guy
Well,
on,
he wouldn't have
you
gave
know.
it to me without the unique story. Like it wasn't so
Exactly.
I like owls, you know.
Yeah, no, no, no. Like that's one of those things where it connects, and I think it's a sign of living correct. Like you're in the right place, you're doing things the way it's supposed to be done,
I think
And so
so.
it all sounds very, very good, you know. Connections. You're the Indian man, Chase, and it's so good you look the way you do because you might be a little Indian. If I didn't know any better. Just actually seeing you in the plaid shirt right now, I'm thinking, he's kind of got a native. Get you a denim jacket. You'll be set, man.
Goddamn right.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. I ran into this is a this gentleman shows up to therapy on occasion. I wrote this down as people with insurmountable walls. And I dread
Mm,
seeing him. And I thought about it on the way home. I know why. Because it's very obvious. Like, there's an area of his life that he will never talk about. There's a couple of them. And it doesn't matter if it's in therapy, in real life. It's just like, yeah, like, never touch it, ever.
okay.
And it's
Okay.
just like, there's people like this where the wall is so high, like it's impenetrable.
And Chinese people. Yes.
Well, but
100%. Yeah.
but
They're
an
people of
area,
walls. Yes.
but imagine an area of your life that's just it's fucking with you. It's preventing you from doing so much. It's held you back, and you're just like, nah, nah, I'm not gonna look at it. It's just nah, never.
So my question is like, okay, you say insurmountable. That implies going over the wall. Is it possible to destroy the wall?
I have tried direct approaches, cautious approaches. Like, dude, are we ever gonna talk about this approach? And it's just like, there's nothing. Like it's just like
And
I
why
don't.
is he coming to you?
It's
Why is he coming?
sporadic. He comes because I think he feels guilty about it. Like for one day, it's like this is an issue. We need to talk about it, and he talks about it at the end of the session. I'm like, all right, well, let's talk
Well,
about
when
it
you
next.
say talk about it, like what using the wall metaphor, what does that look like when he's talking about it? Is he touching the wall? Is he starting to climb the wall? Like, is he taking a stone out of the wall? Like, what is it?
It's a brief overview with minimal details, but you know the picture of it, right?
Okay.
You understand what happened, and you're like, well, how does it affect you? It's like, yeah, and it just change topics, change
Can
topics.
you have a listen, man? Why are you here? You need like this is the thing. Have you flat out acknowledged not talk about this? You're fucked.
Yeah, and it's just this, it's just nothing. Never anything significant. It's just like
Mm,
you'll circle it.
mm.
And it's just like, wow, man. I know people that live like this, and I
You know what?
hate it.
I'm reminded of Rogers, Carl Rogers,
Hmm.
right? Am I got that name right? Was it Carl Rogers? Is that his name?
That's right.
I remember watching those therapy sessions. I was thinking of one black guy in particular, and he talked about he was circling the abyss, you know, like just and you could see he was right on the edge, but he did that, that incredible listening, where you listen so acutely that they start climbing the wall on their own.
Yeah.
You know, like, is it possible where he could start to climb the wall without your intervention? You're just listen. Could you Rogers him is what I'm asking, you know?
Well, I'm speaking of a client, but this was a person in my personal life, and it's just as well that brought it up. But it's just like some people just won't talk about certain things, man, and it's fucking
Is
horrible.
the only way to help to climb the wall.
I think the only way is just to avoid people like this, man. You know?
Yeah, but if it's a client, what can you do? You know what I'm saying? Like you're fucked. You got to deal with it, you know?
I've tried so many. At this point, I'm just like, I'll talk about whatever you want. Let's just
So
talk about.
well, okay, that's definitely a chase approach.
Yeah,
Definitely. I mean,
I was like,
would
I
be
don't care.
very content with that. Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
you have to admit that if someone comes, this I've probably seen him 6 times, and
Yeah.
3 or 4 times you really try, and then it's just like you again, like seriously, like whatever. What do you want to talk about, dude? Like fine,
Yeah.
like it's like
Yeah.
I'm done with this shit. Like it's
Yeah.
yeah,
But you know what? It's interesting. It's interesting because
it
I was
satiates his
asked
wife. His wife. Now I can tell my wife I
us.
went to therapy.
That's interesting. That's interesting. And you know what? He doesn't want to lie to her.
Hey,
He
yeah, he
wants,
went. He
yeah,
went.
yeah. He doesn't want to
Yeah.
lie to her. See, this is an interesting thing, Chase. Like I was talking to Chase about like maybe compiling a list of some good clients and stuff like that. Like, just the idea of the basic narrative without any of the identification details and stuff like that. But what about your failures?
Plenty
Like
of them. Plenty.
are there cases where you were kind of like this, where you very clearly identified this problem cannot be fixed? Like you see exactly what the issue is, but it's impossible.
This is the majority of the people. Not a lot, but the majority, probably 60%. Like I got another one was like anxiety. I've hit every angle of it. Triggers, where it's sourced from, breathing techniques, but like, all right, we know where, and still every single week, I had this anxiety, and I'm like, nah, let's get you on meds. It's just it's not there.
But hold on a second. So are you saying is it the same thing though, where you're like, is see like this guy, the first guy, you're like, this is the precise issue, whereas that other guy kind of sounds like I've tried everything. I don't know how to fix you. You know what I mean? Like there's the idea of shrugging your shoulders, saying like I don't know how to fix this guy, but then there's the other of I know exactly what's wrong, but it's impossible to fix. You know what I'm saying?
The first guy was we know what no what's the first guy to you?
The
Which one?
first guy to me is I see the wall.
Yeah.
And the only way to make progress is we have to break down this
Right,
wall
right.
into
We don't
okay.
even know what we're talking about, really. Yeah,
Right.
right.
Right. The second guy is I've tried everything. I can't do anything else. You know what I mean?
The second guy is all right. If life is not stable, if there's any fluctuation of stress, and it could be at
Right.
work, it could be at home,
Right.
I can't function normally. And it's
Right.
just like it's a bit neurotic because it tails. It could be work one week, it could be home, it could be the car, and it's just like, bro,
Yeah.
last week we pinpointed it here, now it's here, now it's here, now it's here,
Yeah.
and it's a different area each week. It's like you're the insight. They
See,
understand it. They just don't. The
I'm kind of
depth's
digging
not
this
there.
theme. What do you think about that as a theme where you focus on your failures? Like, but I like that idea of very clearly identifying the failure. Like, exactly why it's not working, you know? Like, see, I was fascinated by that detail of he just wants to tell his wife that he's coming to therapist,
Well,
and he really is going. You know what I mean? Like that.
that's a
That's
lot
interesting.
of that's a lot of people think it's a lot of therapy is people just satiating a court order or a spouse or something like that. Yeah. I'm more than if I'm getting paid regardless, if it's private practice and you're paying me, people put in more effort. But like jobs like this where they're forced to see me, I don't care. Some of them is
Right.
like, look, if you want to put in the effort, I'm going to help you. If you want to circle and circle and circle, I'll try a bit. But
Sure.
after that, it's like, all right, okay. We'll talk about
These are the
dogs and pigs.
realities of being a therapist, though. You know, like that is so honest. You
Soul
know,
sucking, man. Soul sucking at some of those places. Yeah.
yes. Like that guy you were talking about earlier, working at the tribe,
That poor man.
booked for 2 months straight. You know, he's like all positive and yeah, man, I got this. Meanwhile, you have a real question. You need help, man. Yes, please help me. I'm drowning.
He wasn't dead, but he was like, please help. It's like,
A
he was
real moment. A
It was,
real moment.
it was real. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you really should compile. Like, I don't know. I'm still onto this idea. I want you to think about categorizing some of the really memorable ones, and I think there could be really good themes there. You know, if you just took the time to really think back on them, I wonder what your memory would reveal.
Another one I see a lot is just quit. It's like, dump me. That's it. I'm tapping out. I'm like, what, you should, dude, don't say that. It's like, dude, yeah, it's tough. Like, we've already been there. Don't talk like that. And they eventually get over it, but they need unbelievable support. Or else they like, I will tap out. I will quit. I'm like, you fucking suck. You
So
have no
I
resilience.
can you. I have a question. So you've dealt with God. I wonder if it's been like over 1,000 clients. You've done this for so long. Uh, do you think you can kind of recognize? I know exactly that. Like for example, you get a new client and you can just tell after a session he's a quitter. Like this
Oh,
guy's
sure. So hours,
you,
plenty of
you
time for
know
me. Plenty.
you know yeah
The other
like
thing, well, the other thing I've become consciously aware of is uh, nobody wants to date a therapist or psychologist. I mean, if you know anything about it, like I, I, I was invited out to dinner and that's my buddy's wife, and I was like, yeah, it's tough being married to a psychologist. Like, yeah. It's just like you think it like, oh, I'm marrying this person that's well-rounded. It's like, nah, man, it's nah. It's
yeah
just I've had women recoil when I tell them that. I'm like, I would too. I would run.
yeah
I would fucking run, man. That it's just
I just say I'm a medical professional. That's
yeah,
what I would
right. Yeah. On planes, I tell people I sell light bulbs and they leave me alone
what I
because
so
nobody engages. Nobody engages.
that's still that is interesting. I like the idea of I like categories of people. The ones who you can tell immediately they're going to quit. I'm curious if you can tell the ones that are going to try. You know,
Sure.
like you remember the coachable guy in
Yes.
drug rehabilitation. Like, could you sense from the beginning this guy's going to try? And all that. And then there's got to be the people who you're like, we're going to be circling the whole time. I
Yeah.
can tell right away. There's nothing. This will be total bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, I'd be
You
curious what all the categories are.
in that field, you become very aware of everyone that you, after one session, you're like, this person is neutral. This person will drain me, or maybe even like, fuck, that was a great conversation. I feel good. But the majority of the time, it's going to be that this is going to take a bit out of me or a lot out of me. Yeah.
What's what are what's the signs that it's a draining person? You know?
Low insight, low resilience. It's just like, and they're capable of it too. It's just like, yeah, it's fucked. It's over. I'm tapping out. And you're like, great, here I am. I gotta build you up, tell you why you gotta keep going, and tell you
Right.
it's just like it's a cheerleader shit, man. It's fucking
This
horrible.
sounds terrible.
It's
You
terrible.
know?
It's fucking horrible.
It's just sorry. I'm sorry, Chase. I'm sorry.
It's fucking
And
horrible.
there's good conversations. There's good
If
conversations.
people did my job for 1 week, they would have a newfound respect for it, but they would never go to therapy ever again. Ever.
It is a shame because I had a really deep think about education before, and I do not want to keep being a teacher genuinely, but I do really believe everybody should teach for like
Mm,
1 semester,
mm.
like 1 semester. Like it should be like going into the army. You know what I mean? Like it's a really really good experience to like interact with kids and like see how people learn. I just think it's an experience everybody should have at least once in their life. It's like it's valuable. But then once you've had that one semester, you've got all you need out of it. You don't need to do anything else out of it, you know. So I bet therapy would be like that too. Like maybe how would you feel about everybody having like a month of sitting in on group therapy or something like that?
What to take both examples, to be a
Yeah.
teacher, and then a month of therapy and a month of teaching. If everybody did that, this is exactly what would happen. Both of a standard salary of a counselor and a teacher would double immediately. They would double immediately. You would see how valuable this
Yeah.
is. Like, you have to be good at this, you have to care, you have to be on, and it's fucking unbelievably draining sometimes.
Yeah.
And
Did I
you
ever tell you
you don't
about my
prioritize these people. You treat them like shit. You treat them
yeah.
like in China they don't. They have some respect, but not in the West. It's fucked
Did I
up.
ever tell you about when I was student teaching in kindergarten? Did I ever tell you about that?
Mm-mm.
I had to do student teaching for, it was pretty much bullshit. But mom knew a guy who was a principal at a elementary school in McKinney, and I was like, okay, I'll go do my student teaching there. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna put you at the kindergarten. I was like, dude, I'm teaching history in high school. And he's like, yeah, it'll be good for you. I have never respected a woman more in my life, Chase. This like you just don't think about like 5 years old, 6 years old. You don't know basic shit. So you have to tell them like, oh, don't stick that up your nose. You can't pull her hair. When you use the bathroom, close the door. Like you don't. They don't know. They don't know anything. This woman was literally every second was had to be like that. Every second of the day, she was monitoring all these, but she was a master of it. She was their god. Like anything, like she was truly like the general of these kids, and it was so organized and so put together. And I realized I could never, ever, ever do this.
But
Like she impressed me so much. I will always remember that woman.
it's great. She grew up around kids, most likely. So
Probably.
I got a really high functioning female client that brings her little like 11-month-old in, and I remember she came to therapy with the baby. I was like, why are you doing this? I'm
Yeah.
like, why would you do that? But talking to her, I'm
No
like,
other
oh,
options.
she's
Yeah.
smart.
Yeah.
She's insightful. She thinks deep, and that kid is so well behaved. It sits there and it
Really?
stares at me.
11
11
months?
months. It
Wow.
occasionally it'll go, ah, and while it's looking at it, I'm like, this is a good, she's got a good family.
You tell her that?
Stable. She's
Yeah.
smart. The kid's well behaved. I'm like,
Yeah.
yes. I was like, you bring that little fucker in anytime you want. I was like, that's so well behaved. It's like it's
Ooh,
amazing that an intelligent, well-rounded, and stable woman would produce a
yeah.
normal, well-behaved child, even that young. I was like, bring her in anytime. It's fine.
It's interesting. Wu Yin is maybe the most like patient person I know. He almost never gets mad, but there's one thing that sets him off, which is misbehaving little kids. He
Mm.
cannot. He fucking despise like because he blames the parents.
No,
He's like
yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
he's just like they have ruined this soul. Like he will always be a terrible, terrible burden to
When you
society.
see a horrible
You know?
dog, what do we think? You fucked
Yep.
it up. You
Same thing.
fucked it up.
Same thing.
Same
Yeah.
with a cat. Like, you fucking cat sucks. It's because of you.
Yeah. Even cats. I don't even, yeah. Yeah. Cats are even sensitive to that stuff, man.
Always get a cat or dog from a puppy or kitten, like to mold it,
We gotta,
imprint.
we gotta, when mom gets retired and settled down, I think she needs a dog. You know what I'm
Big dog,
saying?
big ass dog. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think? Another shepherd? Or,
It's an
I don't
acre and a
know.
half out there, or even more, but that dog will just roam that lot.
She needs that. It's important.
Shepherds
Really.
don't live long enough. I love shepherds. They don't live long. Their prime's not long. You need a dog that
Max,
goes long.
I couldn't believe he was dead. I was like, you telling me the other dog outlasted him? I couldn't believe it. I don't know what she would like though. To be honest with you, like
Another
I
nitro.
guess you would never be into a little dog, but man, I think French bulldogs are great. I really do. They're not like other dogs. They don't have the same love that other dogs do, but I don't know, man. I want to get her something. I think that'd be a good gift for her. Like, when she's all settled in and stuff, get her a nice little puppy. Raise that guy out there.
We have to pick the breed very selectively.
Mm,
So what's up with your back, man?
dude, I wanted to ask you about this. What were the signs? Because Chase has had a back surgery and all that. What were the signs when you were like, I got an issue? What
I
was
know
happening?
exactly what it was. The sleep thing was awful, but I learned to sleep in weird positions. But it was this local Hawaiian. I really liked him. He was simple. He He's in
Mm,
therapy, but he was cool. His wife kind of ran the show, but he was a good dude. And he's like, yeah, man, I really need you to fill out these forms for me, get my benefits. Like, yeah, man, I got you. He told me two or three times in the session, and about halfway through that session, the only thing I could think about was like my back hurts, and I
mm.
forgot to send in his forms, and it delayed his benefits for 6 days. Like it fucked it.
Yeah,
It didn't
you were
break it.
so the
I
pain
felt
was so
I
bad. Yeah.
felt so guilty. I
Yeah.
was just like, dude, I fucked up his world. Like he depends on
Wow.
that money, man. Like I liked him that much. I was like, I fucked up. It's like I need to take care of this because I can focus. That's the one thing I can do. I can lock in
Yeah.
on a conversation. I can't lock in anymore. I'm like, I gotta do something because that's the only
Okay.
skill I got. Yeah.
That's a really good example. That okay. It was affecting your livelihood. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha. So, man, I'm at the beginnings. What I mean is like it's so hard to bend over.
Mm.
Like it's tight all the time, tight. You know, when I wake up is the worst. Like I'm going to bed, I'm fine. I am sleeping, but I wake up and it is tense. And I am stretching it. I'm doing like, cat stretch, all that shit. Like I'm bending what I can, being gentle at the gym and stuff like that. And I keep hoping that it's just gonna kind of go away. It's not. It's just staying tight, always tight, you know? And I'm wondering, like, fuck, is something like, is this just how it is, like, from now on? Or is there a way to treat this shit? Is there a way? Like, I'm not like you. It's not like what happens is like during the day, I hurt when I bend over.
Oh,
I hurt when I'm exercising, you know. But sitting around doing work, I'm okay. The mornings are a little rough, but once I get it warmed up, once I get stretched, I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. I'm worried about it.
you got that Roman chair, you know what I'm talking about? The one where you lock your knees in and you go up.
You talking
You're
about?
leaning over.
Yeah,
Your legs are locked straight, but you're pulling
yeah.
back, so it's working your lower back.
Well,
It's at the
no,
gym.
but there is I can do the like lock my legs in with no weight and bend
Oh,
over. You know
yeah,
what I'm
but this
saying?
is at an angle. Yeah, you don't have to use weight. You just
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. We got one of those. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
do
Use that.
you do that and you hold it down to stretch the leg. You stretch it
Okay.
first for a minute, you just
Okay.
hold it, and then you always do a couple reps. What I do
Mm,
is you make the lower back a fortress. You make it so fucking
okay.
strong that you stretch it and you hit it every workout a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. Then that'll be my strategy because I
Yeah,
do
man.
not want to have a back surgery. That sounds awful. So,
Fucking
yeah.
horrible, man. Dude,
Okay.
tell me about the Iron Fingers massage.
So I was, worried about my back and all that sort of stuff. And Ian's like, oh, let's go get I saw a new massage place. And he was like, we usually have our place we like. But he's like, let's try the new place because it was cheap, you
How
know?
much did run you a massage there, man?
So this was 68 Kwai. So that's $7. $7. Yeah. So, anyways, we so well, whatever. We go in. It seemed all right. Like it was an interesting little place, and this woman, this like kind of old lady, comes up, and like she just started going hard, like like just digging, like steel fingertips into me, and my Chinese just left me for a second. I was like thinking, I was thinking, is Ching the word for light? Like, I wanted to say, like, I was like, oh, 我感觉不舒服. Ni shu yao ching ching.
Hi,
Like, so
Chihuahua.
I couldn't remember, like, what the word for light was. I could only remember the word for heavy, which is zhong. But I was thinking ching,
Why
but
not say
ching.
pain? Fuck.
That's
Jesus.
tongue, but ching is the word for kiss too. So it's a tone thing. So I was like, it's not ching because ching ching is kiss. But ching is also light. So I was like, oh fuck, well, how do I tell her to be light? But she just kept digging, and like I'll show you. Like, here,
Well,
hold on. Like,
that's no.
like, can you see the red on my
Yeah,
back?
yeah, I see it. Sure.
Like, she was fucking
You know what that is?
digging.
Some white man did something to her a long time ago, and she's taking it out on you. That's displacement.
Man, like I am. sore.
Hmm.
Like right now, like this happened yesterday afternoon. I am fucking sore. And but it was one of those things also where it was so painful at first that eventually like my back gave up and the pain went away. She just
What?
kept digging. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like she just
No,
dug and dug and dug.
no.
And then eventually like my back surrendered, you
My,
know?
did no, no, no. That's never happened. I have got to the points where like tears come out of my eyes. I'm like, please, just less. The
Yeah.
back never surrender, but I have run into a couple of masters where like they just find it. They can sense it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's hard enough, but it's still pleasurable, but it's getting the work. Like
Not
I'm
this
like, wow,
bitch.
you're a master.
Yeah.
Master. That
Yeah.
yeah, she was the
Are you gonna go back to that guy you found? The dude there in New Mexico. You said he was great, right?
he healed my neck. My neck doesn't hurt anymore, but I want to go back, but I just this the straight man in me struggles with it, you know?
That's so
It
stupid.
it is
That's so
stupid. It's stupid.
uh,
He was so good though. And he talked the whole time and everything he said was fantastic. It's fantastic. It was just like whatever that guy was amazing. It's
why don't you go
amazing.
to a doctor friend at the hospital and be like, I need a script for I got neck pain, that sort of thing. Like, yeah, why
He
not?
he said it'd probably take me one session. I'd probably fix it. And he did. I was like,
Um,
this guy's just sage, some type of
your
sage.
brother is gay. You've been working with gay people your entire life. I don't understand that.
I'm not,
That's so.
it's,
Yeah,
I prefer a woman rubbing on me, but that guy just he had the magic hand. And another magical experience I had. I remember I was walking around with Boat in Thailand. I just got there, just met Boat. He took me all around this. We were walking. Took me to
Yeah.
this mall, and I was like, dude, I'm so sick of walking. Like my legs hurt. He's like, oh, let's get a massage. And I went in
Ah,
this tiny little gay
ah.
man. I pointed at my calves, and he just went to town on the calves, and he healed me. He healed
Yep.
it. I could walk. The pain was gone. It was incredible. This tiny little gay man just, oh, it was beautiful. Beautiful.
The
I still
tie.
remember that. Dean, I was making noises like,
Ugh, ugh, ugh. He
Yes.
was just like, "That's right, white boy."
Yeah, I loved it. It's like you couldn't help but like just whimper. Like
The Thai foot massage is one of the great Thai experiences because it's totally accepted as just a normal, everyday part of life.
you ever
You
cry in a
know?
massage? You ever cry?
No, but mom, did mom
Mm.
ever tell you about the time
Yeah,
she
I
wept? Yeah.
teared up once in Vietnam when they did the head massage. I teared up.
Oh, oh,
I
that was the.
needed it. I needed
You
it.
know what? I have some friends going to Vietnam right now. And they're like, "We're staying in District 2." And I was like, "I have a place for
Yeah,
you."
dude,
And I told them about that hair place, and they were
it's
like, "It's still
amazing.
there." Yeah.
It's amazing.
The head massage is still my ultimate experience. And actually,
Well,
China did
mom,
do the best one. Yeah.
mom had the four hands massage, right? Four.
Four hands at 10,000 waves. Yes, yes, yes.
What the fuck is that?
She wept and she tipped them all like $200, like, oh my God, I'll give you anything you want. And they're like,
I need I need to
yeah,
use the word wept more.
she wept.
I wept you
Yeah.
last night. What? What is wrong with you? Why would you say that?
She did, man. That's something else. Yeah, see, I'm kind of curious. Our mom's moving out to New Mexico and stuff like that. The like, how does the vibe feel out there for living? Is it a place to live? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
There's some cool spots and it's a forgettable state, which I like. It's never
Beautiful.
going to be overrun because
Ah,
nobody's going to overthink it. It's never going to become the spot, but it's like some
right,
cool spots. Yeah, and there's a lot you
right.
can do with that property for sure.
That is a good way to put it. I like that. Okay, that's forgettable. I never thought of that as a complimentary word, but it kind of is now that you put it like that, you
Yeah,
know?
I have driven all around this state. This state is cool because there's nobody in it, and the terrain is always changing. You're like, what the? There's nobody in this town. Like this is a
Yeah.
town that's abandoned, and it's like this is kind of beautiful. And they're like, I'm running out of gas. There's no gas stations. Like what?
There's
Like
no gas station. You're really in trouble there.
like a
You
enchanting,
probably got
and
to
then
plan
it's
that out. Know where the
yes,
gas stations are.
yeah.
Yeah.
I have not gone to Albuquerque. I've driven around it, which seems to be the correct move. Everybody talks about the crime, so yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's the Breaking Bad city, man.
Eh,
That's
You said feng shui on YouTube. You got one more. What is that?
I don't know what the YouTube thing is, but the feng shui is like
You
me
found
and
the
Wu
little
Yu.
gay guy that does it? You seen the little Chinese man that does those videos?
No, I haven't seen that. Is there a
Bro, he
guy who does
has
that shit? Is he
he
good?
He's fucking dude. He takes predicaments. People send him like, "Look, my room, it doesn't work." And he's like,
Mm,
"You're fucking it up. Let me show you how to do it right." Dean,
interesting.
this is how could you should be consuming this daily.
I can't watch YouTube, man. I told you it's all fucked up in China,
Well, Wu
but
Yin would appreciate because he looks like Wu Yin except gay. But wait, but
wait,
gayer.
what? I was about to say, what do you mean?
Yeah.
It's interesting because I would say once a year we move everything around in the apartment, everything,
Mm,
all
mm.
the rooms, all the furniture, just move it all around.
Why? Why?
It's like a feng shui sort of thing,
Yeah, but
meaning like
you're supposed to.
the
The
energy,
energy
right?
is right. It's right, right? You don't want to fuck if the
Yeah, I
energy's.
think we felt like the energy was not right,
Oh, okay.
And we spent all day yesterday really think like we were like it's interesting because you can sit down and make a plan, like I'm gonna move this here, here, and there, and then you do it. But there's something about just experimenting and doing things. Like let's try it here, let's try it here, let's try it here. It was like a full day of just trying moving tables and chairs and shit around. And by the end, we got it down, man. And it just kind of in the way you were talking about, like with the owl and stuff, with the Indian and stuff, like it just felt synchronized. It felt, oh my God, this goes perfect here. I never thought about that. It goes perfectly right. And we just felt a sense of our environment being correct,
Mm.
totally correct.
Well,
And man, it was worth it. It was
you guys
worth it.
came together, man. So our father tries to, lose that so we has a patio in Colombia. Well, you got to let it sit for a while and we'll try it out. And I was like, no, 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 you got it wrong. And I'll change it.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
look, you got to let it sit for a while. And then I come back and he's changed it. And then he's like, no, you got to let it sit. And we just keep changing it. Nobody wants to let it sit. It's just like, you fucked it up. He says, it's classic. Just Conrad, you're wrong. I'm right. It was,
I've always believed Vic fundamentally like does not understand what looks good. Like at a fundamental level, he does not understand. Like it doesn't matter if it's clothes or hair or like, you know, I think he just kind of believes expensive or interesting story, or a brand name that's good enough.
and if you ask him, he's like, I am the best at this. This is
It's
exactly where
supreme
it goes.
confidence,
Yes.
supreme arrogance, I should say. Like just the absolute. See, this is a like one of the reasons I get upset. We have there's a family farmhouse in Alabama, and I really do believe
Ruined.
it has the potential to be fantastic. It could be a
It could be a
totally
fucking
kick-ass place.
kick-ass rental on fucking Airbnb.
Absolutely,
It'd be blowing up, but a dock.
absolute.
Yeah.
Yeah, but everybody's fucking it up. Like they just, I don't understand. Like, see, like, I believe that it needs some kind of like what I was talking about today. Like you got to really just experiment, really think about it. See, like, all right, what's the feng shui here? What would feel good here? And nobody ever does that. It could
No
be.
one has a chance to. It looks like a fucking city house inside. It's disgusting.
I
It's
know. I
disgusting,
know.
bro.
I
Yeah.
know. It is what it is. But I don't know. I'm starting to think this feng shui thing. Oh, and by the way, feng shui, like in China, right? It means wind, water, right?
Really.
But the idea is whatever your environment is implies flow. Like there should be a clear sense of flowing. Like this chair flows into this table, this door flows into this window. It's all about the movement between static objects, right? And I think that's an interesting way to think about things. Like, how are people flowing through this space? It's a cool way to think about it, man. I don't know. I'm starting to think my environment is more important than I gave it credit for. And I'm going to spend a little bit more time thinking about how things are put together.
So look at your phone real quick and tell me if this guy looks like Wu Yin. And then it's a quick little short, but this guy's super famous. Have you seen this guy? He's the feng shui dude. This is massively famous in the West. This dude is fucking
You sent it to me now.
yeah. It's on WhatsApp.
See, these fucking VPNs. See, like I got nothing. That's so stupid. I'm sure it'll come up eventually, but oh yeah, see the VPN stopped working, of course. Oh, there it is. Okay.
He kind of looks like Wu Yin, don't you think? Glasses and But they got an impossible room, and he's like, "Look, you're fucking it up. Let me show you how to do it."
See this shit. This is.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, yeah,
Oh, hold
gotcha.
on, hold on. I want to see his face. His name is Dean? Oh no, Dear Modern. Ooh, this old ass guy? No, man, William look way better than this fucker. Yeah, come on. Come on. He's definitely gay though.
He
How
takes
dare
impossible
you?
situations and he makes it work though, man. Like there is
Interesting.
something to the feng shui. It's like the energy flow. This is where you block it, but you got to let this in, and this is bad juju. I'm like, there's another good one guy. This guy he's trying to buy this Chinese guy. He walks into this house at Stanford. He's, how much you want? 3 million. He's like, listen, you built the house wrong. The feng shui is all bad. I give you
Yeah.
1 million.
Yeah. It's interesting that I remember. Do you remember there was that? I was in Thailand with you, and I remember we watched some Thai TV, and there was like a ghost show, like a woman was possessed and stuff, and they do Buddha chants and all that shit. And at the end, he was like, "The reason this happened is because you've got everything you got your Buddha in the wrong place in your house. Like you need to rearrange this furniture and stuff like that. Like they believe the demon possession came from bad feng shui, man. You know."
If I could go back in time, I would fucking just wipe out all Christians and Muslims. And I would make sure that the Buddhists got to America first because they have such good ideas of harmony and balance. That is fucking necessary, man. Like simple little gestures and fucking ideals like that. Put the house at the right angle. Put the furniture in the right
Yeah.
way. Like this shit does matter. It's not
Yeah.
insignificant. And just we fucked it all up with this conquering fucking religion bullshit. It's fucking horrible, man. Horrible.
William believes he met a Buddha this week. Thinks he met a Buddha. It was
He said that when
so
he
like
met me as well. Who did he
it
meet?
was like he's been reading this like so in China they don't really have Buddha books. Like they kind of banned them all, you know what I mean? So he
What?
found yeah.
Buddha?
Because
Why?
they're communists, no religion. So
Buddha's not really a religion, is it?
anyways, like he found one, but it's kind of like it's on Zen Buddhism, right? It's in Chinese, but it's kind of all about like how rich guys use, Zen to make money. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of the vibe of it all. And he hasn't been digging it. He's like, I don't think this is right. So it was the middle of the day. It's hot, really hot in Beijing, like 100 plus and all that. And he goes out, so we're getting rid of these clothes, like clothes we don't need anymore. He's like, I'm gonna go see if I can find an old man or like a janitor or something that will take him. And so we immediately, as we're talking, we turn the corner, and there's an old guy like cleaning, and like it's 12 o'clock, the 100 degrees, and he's sweeping or whatever. He's like, hey, you want these clothes? And he talks in Chinese, and William gives it to him, and he doesn't. He's not like happy or sad. He's just incredibly neutral about it. He's like, And he went to William and he said, "Hey, do you have shoes?" And he was like, I don't think so. And we go back up. Out of nowhere, we found a pair of shoes that didn't belong to me or Wu Yin, but it was in our house. A pair, and they were like brand new. Like we have no idea where these shoes came from. And we were like, "Are these yours?" And he's like, "No." I was like, "They're not mine," and stuff. And he's like, "Well, I'll go give it to the old man." And the old man's like, "These are the exact size I needed." And he was just totally neutral and was like, "Thank you." And Wu Yin became obsessed with it. And he drew a giant picture of him like on his knees presenting these shoes to this old man and stuff like that. He was like, I think he was a Buddha. And we never saw this old guy again. We've never seen him cleaning or anything like that. He
Those are
just
probably the greatest pieces of art that are truly inspirational. Like, touch on your soul. Has he created a masterpiece in your eyes yet? Like truly, like you're like, wow,
there are two
where is mine?
paintings
Where is it?
that I really love. One he did of the I Ching with a goat stuck in the fence, and it's truly amazing. And then the other one is a cow. I can't even explain the cow. Chase, I'm sorry. I have to go. I'm about to poop. I'm sorry, everybody. I got to go. All right.
Okay.
But it's 58 minutes and it's really good. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to the Divine Brothers podcast. We'll see you next time. Okay. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Chase.